So in this tutorial, I'm going to talk about how to undo the changes that you have made using Git. So right now, I'm in my test directory. I'm going to create a local repo. So in my local repository, I'm going to create a new file, call it as test.txt. So I'm going to add some changes. So right now, let's say git status. If you have added into the staging area, git status. So right now, if your file is not committed yet, if you want to remove it from staging area back to the working directory, what you can do is that you can use this command. Okay, it's already mentioned that you have to use this command to unstage the file. So I'm going to use git rm negative cache test. So if you do git status now, you can see that the test.txt right now, it moves back to become untracked files. Alright, so right now, let's say I'm going to commit it first. So I have committed the file. Let us do git log. So you can see there's a commit. And right now, let's say I modify the file again. So if I have added something right now, and if you do git status, you can see the file. It says that you can use git checkout to discard the changes in the working directory. So you have made some changes. If you don't want the changes, what you can do is that you can use git checkout negative test.txt. So this will discard the changes that you have made. So you have to be careful. And you can see working tree is clean. So right now I'm going to modify the file again. Right now, if you do git status, and let's say if I add the file into the staging area, do git status, you can see the file right now is in the staging area. So right now, again, if I want to move the file back to the working directory, what I can do is that use this command to unstage the file. So I'm going to type git reset head test.txt. Alright, so if you do git status right now, the file already moved back to the working directory. Okay, so this is how you use a git reset to unstage the file and move it back to the working directory from the staging area. Or if you want to discard the changes, you can use git checkout method. So right now I'm going to show you another thing. I'm going to add whatever the changes that I've made and commit it. If I do git diff cache, okay, so I have added a 2. I'm going to commit with a commit message 2. Alright, so right now I have my commit. So let's say right now this is not the commit message that I want. So I want to modify the commit message. So what I can do is that I can use a git commit negative amend method. So this will change the commit message. Okay, but it will also change the commit ID as well. Alright, so if you do a git commit negative amend, so it will give you a pop-up window. Right now, I'll press I to insert something. I'm going to put something like this is 2. Alright, so this is my commit message. I'm going to press escape key, WQ, write and quit to save and exit. Alright, if you do git log right now, you can see the commit message is being changed. And notice that this is the commit ID of our newly created commit message. And this is a previous commit ID. You can see the commit ID is being changed already. Alright, this is because when you create a commit, right, it depends not only on the commit message, it also depends on the author, it also depends on the timestamp when you create it to come out with the commit ID. So when you create the commit in a different time, the commit ID will change. So that's why if you make a change in the commit message, something like this, the commit ID will change. Alright, so you have to be careful. So right now, let's say I'm going to change back the commit message. This time I don't want the pop-up window to appear, so I will type -m, straight type out the message. Okay, so if I do git log, you can see the commit message change back and to the original one, and then the commit ID right now is different again. Also, you can use this git commit negative amend and no edit method. So let's say you have some file is in your staging area which you have forgotten to add it under the commit. What you can do is that you can use this git commit negative amend and no edit method. So this will move whatever is in your staging area to be under the latest commit. Okay, and then it will use back the same commit message. So let's say right now, if I add something in the test.txt, let's say I add 2, and if I add it into staging area, and right now if I do git status, so you can see is in the staging area, the test.txt file. If I do git log, and right now there are 2 commits, what I can do right now, if I want this test.txt file to be fallen under this commit with the same commit message, what I can do is that I can use this command. So if you do git log and if you do git show, you can see the 22 is being added under this commit, and the commit ID right now is being changed, okay, but the commit message is still the same, and it does not come out with the pop-up window. It will prevent the commit message editor from popping up, okay, this command. So this is the only difference if you compare it to the git commit negative amend.